Hey everyone, Nadasfan here again today. Gonna review yet another demo. This time we're talking MLB 2K11. The demo has hit just in front of the release of the game by about a week. And just like the show demo, it is the rematch of the World Series between the Giants and the Rangers. And it is also a home game for San Francisco in this one as well. So similarities there between the show and 2K11 in the setup as far as the demo goes. This demo is a 3-inning demo as opposed to the 4-inning demo that the show gave here, and so fairly standard camera angles and everything returned from last season, and with just a little bit more polish on the player models and all those kind of things. They look a little more lifelike and a little less cartoonish, if you ask me. Now here you see one of the biggest changes in when you are hitting. As you see, you hit the ball there. The camera does not follow the ball. The camera stays back, kind of at the perspective of the hitter, which is supposed to kind of give some drama as far as you hit the ball deep or out in the gap, and you kind of follow it from a player's perspective as you're rounding the bases and trying to decide how far you're going to get. Or go for if you're going to leg it out for two, or if you're and it's try to make the home runs less obvious as well, as you kind of have to follow them and see if they're going to hit the seats or not here. As you see some swings and misses here, trying to get the timing down now. I mentioned that the new analog right analog stick control in the show is a bit different than 2K11, so jumping back into what should be more familiar here in 2K11, still a little bit of a chore here, as now simply flicking up on the right stick is a contact swing, where as you load back and then forward is a power swing, which is a little bit different than how the show does it. So if you're going to be someone like me who plays both, it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment to hop back and forth between both of them, to use the analog controls here. As you see a foul ball back into the stands here with Josh Hamilton at the plate. So impressions first of all, the demo is not as polished as the show demo is. Was definitely a smaller download. I think the show demo was almost 3 gig download. This one closer to 1. There you see a nice play by the shortstop, and he's going to get him. So again, you see that new perspective of when the ball's hit, kind of holding back towards the plate, or over the shoulder of the hitter. Gives you a little different feel. So 3 up and 3 down there now, and the Giants will be coming to the plate, and I will be pitching. And the pitching meters here, the same as last year's game in 2K10. They are quite different than how the meter pitching is doing it, or the analog pitching is in the show. So again, if you're going to be flipping back between the two games, you will maybe drive yourself crazy once in a while at the differences. Here you have to make the gesture that corresponds with the pitch that you're throwing. So whether it's down and then back up for fastball, or change up being the reverse of that, or having your curveballs and such be circular motions. They have a motion for each pitch in this game here. So as you see a line out here, and so anyway, speaking of the demo itself, I think it's kind of hard to gauge the what's new in this game as much from the demo as say the show's demo. They've left out commentary, as they did last year's demo here. So that was totally not a surprise, but still doesn't help to give you the immersive feel when you leave the commentary out of your demo. It's not a game breaker, because it wasn't in last year's demo, and I enjoyed this game last year. So expecting that to obviously be there, and that was actually one of the strengths last year, was the presentation as far as the commentary being quite conversational instead of sounding so scripted, and some of the overlays that happened in season modes that made you feel like you were really part of what was going on. The upcoming games being shown and the banter about that. So don't really have any concerns about how that will be. Let's see, anything else that was left out of this demo? Well, the it is 3 innings, so obviously you're not going to get the full 9, but that was not expected as well. So I think just as in the show, I believe you were not able to make substitutions in this one, which is fine as well if you're only playing 3 innings. But if you go extras, then sometimes it would be nice to be able to switch a pitcher here. So trying to work the different pitches here and end up with a strikeout. Trying to paint the corners there, and that one on the low edge of the strike zone and called strike 3. So here we are back at the plate here now at the top of the second, and so graphically, I don't know, nothing stands out as being a huge improvement, but it looks like the player models as well as possibly the shading and everything has a brushback pitch there. Textures, players all look a little bit sharper than last year. I still prefer in the graphics department. I still prefer the show in that regard. But it looks like it's made a bit of a jump. So as you take a 4-pitch walk there to lead off the inning, that's not what you want to do as a pitcher there, but. Looking to see what we might have as far as cutscenes and or real-time presentation here. It's looking pretty good here, I would say. I'd say maybe a slight improvement over last year. Again, I think a lot of that was kind of left out as far as the replays are pretty scarce in the demo. They are there, but they're pretty few and far between. As you see Beltray at the plate here, just taking a ball that probably could have been called a strike, but that's ball 1. So, as far as differences in stadiums, I really don't see a whole lot. Of course, you've only got AT&T Park to judge that by, so I'll give that an incomplete until we see more of the stadiums. I'd like to see what they, being a Twins fan, I'd like to see what they've done with Target Field, to see if they've made it any more realistic than it had been in the first go round. I've noticed from some early stadium intro shots in the show that they have made some improvements. They added some buildings in the background that were not there previously, that were in real life, and so it was neat that they caught some of that. And I'm looking to see if 2K paid as much attention to detail as the show did there. As you see a steal attempt here, and he's a dead duck. And actually, for some reason, I tried to slide there and never registered my slide attempt. But that's probably just me goofing that up more so than a glitch or anything like that. So just didn't slide. So anyway, run myself out of a possible decent situation there. So now there's 2 outs, and take that one for a ball, 1-1 here, and that one laid on my swing there, as it was on the outside half of the strike zone. Breaking ball now. I'm gonna let that one go for a 2-2 count. So having played the My Player mode as the main emphasis of me playing 2K10, as anyone who's followed the Joe Broadway series knows, I spent most of my time in the My Player mode. So really, my question marks with this game, even though it is a first day release day buy for me, regardless. But my big questions are, what has been done to the My Player mode to further that mode, to make that mode possibly more all-encompassing in the fact that what can it do to hold your interest. So that's part 1 here. Come on back for part 2 coming up soon of the demo.